everyone, I am TH Pine and welcome to Space Food Truck. What is Space Food Truck, you ask? I like to call it a co-op turn-based space food delivery roguelite deck building board game. It's available on Steam Early Access and this is what it looks like. So the goal of the game is to cook and deliver food in space, and you do so in a co-op mode with 1 to 4 players. There are 4 different characters, and if you have less than 4 players, then some players can control more than 1 character. If you play alone, then you control all of them at the same time, which is not a problem though, because the game is entirely turn-based. So, how does it work? Well, we just started. It's our first turn right now, which is the captain's turn. The captain is that blue hairish lady over here, and her goal is to navigate the ship around the map. So let's take a look at the map by clicking on the bridge. We can see we are around here, and we have to deliver our first meal there, the second meal over there, and the third meal over there. If we complete all 3 missions, then we win the game, and the game is over, completed. Well, it's a board game or a roguelite, like so. For example, well, you're supposed to try it multiple times and fail over and over again. But if you manage to win, well, not quote unquote, if you manage to win, then that will take you around 2 to 4 hours. So this game is supposed to play it multiple times, and that's possible because it's randomized quite heavily. So this whole map is randomly generated, for example, and a bunch of other stuff in the game as well. So how does the captain control the ship or navigate the ship? Well, with cards. It's a deck building game. So we start with the small deck from 10 cards. We have 5 cards in our hands and 5 cards in a draw pot, and that's a pretty basic deck with basic cards. And over the course of the game, we will try to improve the card by getting new cards and getting rid of the old cards, as in other deck building games, not living card games, deck building games like Dominion or something. So there are job cards, which are cards which are specific to that character. The captain has a job card, Engage, for example. We actually draw all our 3 Engage cards, which is a little unlucky because that means we don't have an Engage card for next turn. But besides the point, the Engage card is used to jump around in space. So let's do that. How do we do that? Well, we play the Engage card, and now we have to charge the FTL drive, which is over here. We have 3 capacity with power. We do that by spending cards. The power value of the card is the number in the orange hexagon. So those cards give 1 power. We could use both to make a jump with 2. Well, to make a travel with 2 jumps. But well, actually, let's do that, and I explain a little different. Yeah, let's do that. Do it this way. That's probably good to for demonstration purposes. So we use both cards, which will give us 2 charges, which allows us to jump twice. So let's do that. We jump to the map, and we now can go there and there. So that's 2 jumps. We do so by pressing done. And now we're pressing the punch it button, and we jump to the first other planet, which is Haroon. Well, it's actually a different system, so a different star, but I guess every system has only one extra planet. We got a new card. Okay, cool. We got a card for the scientist. We could punch again because that was only the first jump to make the second jump, but I don't want to do that. Well, actually, wait, wouldn't I? No, I'm gonna do that. Never mind. I could just dock here, but we can do that. No, I will not do it for demonstrating purposes. Let's do it this way. So we could punch and continue the flight, but we will dock here instead. Ignore this for a moment. I will explain that again in a moment. Let's just ignore it. It's easier to explain it the other way around. Let me think for a moment. What do we need? Cheese, blue meat. We don't have those right now. We can get rid of. Actually, it's a pretty good card. It costs 9 there. No, we're not gonna get that. Let's get the toaster because toast is amazing. The sandwich and this one. Okay. So now you can listen again. So we still have a charge left. We have more engage cards, so we can jump again. So we do engage and submit, and we have still 1 charge left, so we can go over here. We do so. What? No, my FTL charge is not empty. What did he? That seemed like a bug. The game is pretty polished. Like, it's only supposed to be in early access for 2 months or so. But there's some stuff is not complete yet. It's like apparently a few small minor bugs. Balancing doesn't feel completely right yet, and stuff like that. But overall, the game is pretty completed. So it's a full experience in my opinion. So, there, on every location you end up is a random event. This one is a Mark 1 off. You chat with the fellow captain at the local spaceport. He doesn't know anything about exotic ingredients, but he does share some interesting details about a nearby planet. Okay, that will reveal the event of a nearby planet. Space Pirates, that sounds like a bad event. I never had that. But it's probably not good. But unfortunately, this is the only way to get to our first location. So I guess we're gonna go there anyway. Well, good to know where we're facing off. So again, ignore what I'm doing here. Get a power glove. We need cheddar. Oh, take the cheddar. Yeah, we can get rid of this. Take the cheddar. Do we want the battery? It's too expensive. No, we're not gonna getting that. It's too expensive. It's a good card, but not getting that. Okay. And now I will explain what all that stuff was about. So at the end of your turn, you will discard all your cards. So it doesn't matter that we did not use all of them. So this is the Zap Mart. That's the end of your turn. You have to buy at least one new card in the Zap Mart, which will then go into your deck and hopefully improve it. You have to buy one though. So if you cannot afford one of those cards, you have to buy the Last Resort card, which is there always, and it costs 0 zaps, which is the currency. And it's a pretty bad card because it just gives you 1 power and 1 zap. I explained that. Well, that's how much. Like that's how you get the zap. All cards you have in your hand or you played this turn. It doesn't matter if you it doesn't matter if you use them or not. Like if you have them in your hand or you played them. As long as you did not discard them, they count towards your zap value. So we had 5 cards. All of those cards had 1 zap value or worth, and so we have 5 zaps. And this card is pretty bad, so we don't want that. So instead we want to buy another card. I'm not 100% sure what we buy yet though. Well, what we buy though yet. Yet I don't know. My English is broken tonight. Power Glove is good, but I'm not sure if I want to give it the captain. I would prefer it on someone else. Sandwich makes no sense. I guess we go for the raw silk and hope that we can afford the other cards with the other characters. Actually, why do we have sandwich? Fuck, I have to get rid of those. Those are really bad. I should have changed them. So what you saw earlier was I did put new cards in the Zap Mart. That's what the captain does every time you travel. I will explain that in more detail later though, when we travel again. So for now we got a new card. We discard all of the cards and draw 5 new ones, and now it's the next turn. It's the chef's turn. At the beginning of every turn there's a random event. In this event we get a bonus card, which is good. That's the best event that is around, I think. And this means we got 6 cards on the chef, which is really good because that means we have 6 zaps available at the end of turn. Potentially more because it's a chef, and the chef has the job card called Taste Test, which is amazing. It's one of the best cards in the game. You play it, it doesn't have any downside. You play it, you draw 2 cards, you can pick one to get it on your hand, and you can then choose to either discard or destroy the other card. Everyone who ever played a deck building game like Dominion, for example, knows or is familiar to the concept of destroying cards being a good thing, because you want to get rid of your bad cards. This is one of the bad cards. It's a starter card. It just spams your deck. It has 1/1 and no effect besides that. It's a really bad card. So we destroy it. We got rid of one of our bad cards in our deck. Additionally, we have 7 cards now, which means we have 7 zap, which is really cool. But we're probably, well, we will see if we're gonna use all of that. Okay, we cannot cook yet because we don't have ingredients yet. So the job of the chef is obviously to cook the meals, which are listed up here, and we need those ingredients. And then we deliver them to the location where we have to go. So that's the job of the chef, obviously. We don't want to use any of those. We could use the Halapas. It's a card to use to move around the ship, but we don't have to do that right now. So we're not going to do anything, actually, besides using that taste test and go to the next phase and buy something. We could just buy both ingredients. Yeah, let's do that. That makes sense. Okay, that's the 2 ingredients we need, and you want them on the cook because he's the one who cooks, right? So that makes sense to buy them. He gets a new card, and then it's the scientist's turn. Right, the scientist's turn, please. Oh, okay, good event. Not a bad event. I hope to not have an event where I have to discard cards, because I want to buy a good card with him, because I think it's a good idea to give the scientist a good deck in the beginning of the game. The chef will get a good deck anyway, because he has the taste test card, which allows him to get rid of his bad cards. So he will get a good deck no matter what. And the scientist's job is to improve the decks of others by researching. You can click on the lab here and you see those research trays. We got 1 random research earlier. The scientist's job is to unlock more. So you don't know what is behind those things, but all of those things usually have a job card behind them, which goes to one of their characters' decks. And they're random, like, I think the ones in game, like, which one are available is not randomized, but, like, which one is where is randomized. So you don't know where they are if you do not use one of the job cards of the scientist. We did not draw any job card. That's really bad. That's a really bad draw. Well, we have 6 zaps, so that's something, but we cannot do anything. So I'll explain research later, I guess. I want to buy the Power Glove. Like, the 6th card doesn't help you. We only have, like, it would have been amazing to have 7 for the Gamatosa, but that's not a thing that happens. So we take the Power Glove, so we potentially can get 7, actually. Later, so that's good. The Power Glove is a really good card, in my opinion, because it allows you to draw 2 more cards, and that is really strong. So, now it's the Engineer's turn. The Engineer is really important to the ship because his job is to keep everything alive, especially the ship and all the modules. Something just broke, for example, so that's a good example. One of the research computers broke, so as you can see, it's red here. So if it would be the scientist's turn, he could not research upgrades for the captain right now. So the Engineer can repair stuff. For example, doors, the research computer, what can break as well, the life support, and the drawing pods as well. If a drawing pod dies or breaks, then the character will only draw 4 cards at the end of turn, which is a big disadvantage actually. If the life support breaks, then you take damage over time. And the other things the Engineer can do is refilling the shield. The shield prevents you from damage. If the shield is empty, you take more damage, then you take hull damage. And if your hull goes to 0, the ship breaks and your game over, so you want to avoid that. And the other thing he can do is upgrading the ship. He used Trusty Wrench to repair the ship and upgrade the ship, obviously. So how much power do we have? We only have 2 power. Do we want to repair this, or do we want to... Yeah, I guess we want to repair. Yeah, we're gonna repair. Okay, so we use the Trusty Wrench. We need 2 power to repair that, which you're gonna see in a moment. So we use those, and the modules have different costs. So this costs 2 to repair. This, like, every charge of shield costs 1 point. So we repair the lab station, and hope that we don't run out of shield anytime soon. So we're not gonna use those cards. But we have 5 zaps, so we can buy a sandwich. Great. Sandwich is not doing anything for the Engineer because we don't have ingredients. Like, the sandwich is basically just a 1/1 card, but it gets better if you have ingredients in your hand, but the Engineer doesn't have any, so that's actually bad. I should have planned that better to give him a good card, I guess. So I guess we go with the sandwich, which is unfortunate. You could have just get the last resort. Well, maybe you can give the sandwich later to the chef. That would be a good idea. Because you can give cards around. I will show that in a moment. Oh, just a door just busted. Which is not too bad right now because we don't have any crises. But as soon as we get crises, we have to move around. And then this might be a problem. Because now the captain cannot get out of the bridge. It would be really bad if the captain would not be in the bridge right now, because then we could not use the job cards. So as you can see, the job cards most of the time have like a symbol down here that tells that it says that the character has to be, or that the character moves to his part of the ship, and he has to be there to do that. So backtrack when we are, like, let's say the captain is in the kitchen. We use backtrack, he will move to the bridge. If he cannot move to the bridge, she, not he. If she cannot move to the bridge, then you cannot play the card. So it can be dangerous to have broken doors. Do we want to use backtrack? No, backtrack makes no sense right now because it just allows us to jump back to a location we already visited. We did not draw and engage. We don't want to use the hall pass. We cannot use the hall pass because the door is broken, but we don't want to, so just end the turn and buy a new card. I guess we get the sandwich. I mean, now we have a real big problem. Okay, what is the big problem here? I'm actually not gonna get the sandwich. No, let's not get the sandwich. The real big problem is we're running out of cards in the Zap Mart. And we could not jump this turn because we did not draw an engage card. So you refill the Zap Mart by jumping around. We did not do so, so we don't have cards in the Zap Mart. So we will probably buy some of those really bad last resort cards because we have to, which is very unfortunate. Okay, and now we take damage because we don't have enough power to deny it. It's not a good run. Let's put it that way. It's not starting all that well. Anyway, let's use the taste test card and hope that we do draw something good. Okay, we pick the blue meat, perfect. We destroy the spam card, and then we play taste test again. And we pick the hall pass and destroy the other spam card. So we got rid of 2 bad cards, and we're gonna cook the blue meat. So cooking. How does cooking work? You play the cook card. You have to move to the kitchen. If you can't, you cannot play it. And then you need 2 power per ingredient that you want to cook. So we spend power, And then we press submit, and then we can cook the blue meat. And now the blue meat, you can only cook ingredients for your current recipe, so we can only cook those. And if we cook the cheese, we're done. Does he have the cheese? Yeah, he has the cheese. Okay, it shows you in a pop-up who has the thingies, so that's good. And we're not going to use the other cook card, obviously. So that's good. He has only 6. Well, we got to get the sandwich anyway. The sandwich is decent on the cook because he will have the ingredients, so it's helping him. So it was a good choice not to buy it with the captain. Now the scientist's turn. So let's hope. No, we're not gonna get more than 5 zaps, so we have to buy a shit card. Bad dream again, and we cannot prevent it again. Okay, I guess we take hull damage then. Oh man, I'm drawing really, really badly. I guess we use that 1 power we have for researching, and not sure who do we want to push? The engineer. A lot of stuff is like we're pretty bad on hull stuff, so buffing the engineer doesn't sound like the worst idea ever. Yeah, let's do that. What is that? Exterminator. For every 2 power you play with this, destroy 1 Vexel from random players. Okay, that's good. Vexels are negative cards you get later. They're really annoying. Yeah, end the turn and buy a last resort card, which is very unfortunate. But that's the way it goes, I guess. There's the power glove. Would have needed that. Okay, engineer's turn. And we get a crisis. So, what is a crisis? Crisis means that in the next 12 turns, turns means 1 character, like 12 character moves. The scientist and the chef have to meet in the bridge. So we have to move them there. So we're gonna have to fix that door. So I guess we're gonna try that. We don't have a repair card though. Oh god, I'm drawing terribly. Wow, this is really, really bad. Well, I guess we upgrade the ship then. So how does upgrading the ship work? You have to play with 1 power. You can put more power in, which makes no sense though, because it doesn't give you any benefit. But you play with 1 power, and then you can upgrade your FTL or your shields. I guess we go for the shields. It doesn't charge them though, it just upgrades them. And then we buy a last resort card. This is not going good. This is not going good at all. Overall though, I love the game. It's amazing. It's a lot of random, but that's okay for a roguelite. Oh, meteoroid. Great, another damage. This is going really good. At least we got an engage card now, so we're gonna use that. Do we want to use the hall pass to move around? No, we don't need to move the captain, so just spend everything on the engage. Actually, we can only use 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, well, do we really want to go to the space pirates? I guess we have to. Let's see what the space pirates do. I have no idea. I never had that event before. Philometra. Philometra. Space pirates. They've got his current. Discard 4 power or a random card from every player's hand is lost forever. And that's potentially terrible. Yeah, I cannot discard 4 power, obviously. That's good, that's good. That's actually okay, that's pretty decent. What did the captain lose? That's really good, actually. We lost a sandwich, which is not perfect, but it's actually one of the worst cards in the chef deck because he gets rid of the bad cards anyway, and we lost 3 bad cards. So that was actually good for us. Okay, perfect. We got lucky there. At least something. So now we just traveled, and that allows us to refill the Zap Mart. So let's do that. We need blue meal eventually for the next recipe. What is that? Crantum beans. Okay. So let's pick the blue meat. So you get basically 5 cards and you can put them. We can actually all put them all in the Zap Mart because the Zap Mart is pretty empty right now. Let's just put all of them in there and resupply the Zap Mart and the turn and see what we can buy. Well, that's not a great selection. I could get the blue meat. It's not terrible. It allows you, like, it has 3 steps, so it's pretty good for buying stuff. Silk is just, like, Silk doesn't have any effects. The Silk just gives stats, and raw Silk is actually not that good because it just gives 2 power, which is not bad, but without giving any zaps, Hall Pass is a pretty mediocre card as well. I'm thinking about getting blue meat, and the question is only, is blue meat better on other characters, maybe? I'm gonna try to get the Gamma Toaster on the Scientist. That would be amazing. I guess I want to give the raw silk to the Engineer, preferably. We got ingredients. No, okay, we take the cheese. Okay, here's my... Well, actually, we take the whole pass. It's probably better than the cheese on the captain. Yeah, we take the whole pass because I want to take the blue meat on the chef because he will need it at some point. I want to give this, because it's the best card, to the engineer, and this to the scientist because he's the only one who to be able to afford it, probably. So we take that one and end the turn. Hall pass is not very great, but you need some to move around. Wow. Probably just came over very soon. It continues like that. Okay, chef's turn. Why did he only draw 4? Oh yeah, because one card got removed. Wow, that doesn't matter, I guess, right now, right? We can't check the Zepmart. No, it doesn't matter. Just bad for the scientist because he probably is not able to get a gamma toaster. Oh well. Okay, let's use taste test and see what we got. Well, we could take taste test because taste test is great, or we could take cook to cook the cheese. However, if we take taste test, we can use taste test again and hopefully draw another cook. Actually, we have to draw another cook because we only have 2 cards left. There's no card in this or discard pile. So yeah, that's a better choice. So we take taste test, discard cook, and then we play taste test again, and we draw at least 1 other cook, if not 2. Yeah, 1. We take that, and do we get rid of the hall pass? No, we need at least 1 hall pass so he can still move around. So discard it, and we will draw it next time, which is good because then we can move to the bridge. And then we're gonna cook. So let's cook cheese, shall we? Do we have enough power? Yeah, we have. Okay, we need 2 power. Submit, cook the cheese. Okay, our cream crouton is finished. That's great. So now we just have to reach our destination. And let's see what we can buy. The blue meat. So that's perfect. And turn. And hopefully fix some stuff now with the... Oh no, wait. It's the scientist's turn first. Okay. Crisis. Great. Another one. That's helping. Yeah, we use a power glove. It's not gonna give us 7 zap though, so that's very unfortunate. We only get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 from the power glove. We can only use all of it on foresight, I guess. Well, there we go then. Well, we will unlock some thingies here then. Well, that's not terrible. Let's do it like this. We can take a look when we research what we want, actually. Next turn. What do we buy? We buy the silk because it's the best card. We want the good cards on the scientist. Nobody is gonna able to get Toaster. The Toaster is pretty good because it allows you to destroy cards. Okay, let's hopefully fix something. Another crisis. Great. That's just amazing. However, the crisis is fairly easy because it's in a workshop. Both crises are in a workshop with the engineer, so that makes it a little easier. We did not draw our wrench. Well, that's just bad. The turn, I guess. Do we want the cheddar over the last resort? I'm not sure if I want to. Actually, I think last resort is actually better on the engineer because actually the cheddar... No, let's take last resort. We need to... Do we need the power? Yeah, we need the power. Power on the engineer is really important. So cheese is really bad on him. Oh man. We did still not draw... Wow, we cannot repair next turn either because we did not draw another wrench. Well, we might just not survive anyway. This is going really bad. You can see his hand here, by the way, and he did not draw the wrench. So, well, we're on 1 HP for the next few turns. That's really bad. We cannot repair the door either, so it's gonna be a little tricky to resolve those crises. Did I explain them, by the way? We have to move those characters. Yeah, I did it. We'd have to move the characters in there. Well, what do we do? I guess we engage. The game is sticking me over quite a bit right now. Wait, cancel. We only have 1 energy slot open, so we should only use 1. Well, it doesn't matter because we will not use the other ones either. Anyway, however, I love the game. Like for multiple reasons. Like the art style is amazing. So much detail. I will take a look at the galaxy map in a moment. You can click on every fucking planet and it has a text written there. Space-time. Wow, amazing. Okay, we're done. That's gonna be GG very soon. Okay, every crisis just reduced the timer by 4. We were so done. We're so done. Because if the crisis is not gonna resolve, it will deal damage, and we're dead. So, what of those trash cards do we not want to have? Well, they're all bad. Well, the Silk is good, but the rest is shit. We need the Kale, I guess, but the Claw is pretty bad. Hall Passes is very mediocre. And, well, that's it. We cannot backtrack. We don't want to backtrack. But let's take a look at the galaxy map really quick to show you the details. So you can go on every planet, and there's a text there for every planet. Some of them quite funny. Macaronis, named for a chief export, macaroni class starships. Great. Stuff like that. Like, every freaking planet has a description. It's amazing. I love it. And the characters, like, they have those cute idle animation and random texts. They just say stuff from time to time, and the texts are quite funny as well. All the art and the events. I like it. I love it. Like, the art style is amazing. It's really, really colorful. Really nice style, really, as I said, a lot of details. I love it, it's cool. And the game mechanics are really interesting as well. I would love to have this on my mobile phone to play it on my own on the train, and I would love to have this as a board game version to play with my friends and family at board game night. That would be amazing. I would love to have this as a physical board game. Holy shit, would be so cool. Did not check if the scientist is able to get the toaster this turn. I guess he's not, so let's just give him the silk again. So we get, I guess, the hall pass on the captain or the claw. Wait, who's the claw good on? On nobody really. Like, the claw's actually really bad, in my opinion. Well, no, it's good if you have to. For some special cards, it's pretty good. If you have the toaster, for example, then the claw's good to pull the toaster. Stuff like that, but we don't have any good cards yet. Someone has a glove. That's the scientist, though. He will get the silk. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Actually, claws. Oh, wait! I just realized that the claw is actually giving you an extra card, so it's not that bad actually. Maybe we give that to the scientist. So let's take the silk. No, the silk on the engineer. So we take the hall pass on the. But we're probably dead next turn anyway. But let's optimize anyway. So what are the things I would like to improve in the game? Well, for one, we need more events, really. The events are repeating themselves really, really quickly. Like, that's pretty frustrating. There are way too few events, in my opinion. Okay, that's the Vexel I was talking about earlier. It's just a negative card, and it goes into my discard pile. So that's bad, but probably not gonna matter. Because we're dying in 2 turns. Yeah, the turn engineers on this crisis will fail, and then we die. If we don't somehow refill the shield, which we cannot, so we're pretty much game over. Anyway, let's play a little more until it is that way. Okay, we take that and destroy the sandwich because sandwiches are bad, and then we play taste test again, and then we have all our cards in our hand. Perfect. There we go. That's good. So that's all our cards. Like, as you can see, the chef gets a really good deck really quickly. Well, it's not amazing because there are not great cards in it, but like all the shit cards are gone, almost, besides that one. And now we cook the blue meat, I guess. We could go over there though. Oh yeah, we do that. Okay, we do both. It doesn't matter in which order we do it. So let's just use a hall pass to go over there. That will resolve that crisis because the engineer and the chef are in the same room. Oh, or in the workshop. And now we use cook, which will make him move back to the kitchen. Oh, I screwed that up, didn't I? I cannot cook because I don't have enough power. Great. Amazing. Well, end turn, I guess. Oh, man. You can buy a toaster, though. But the toaster is not that useful on the chef. We could buy it and give it to someone else. Oh, I didn't show that, right? I could. Can we go back? No, we cannot. If you're in the same room, you can give one card per turn to another character in the same room. From your hand, though. So we could take the toaster and give it to someone else. It doesn't matter. We game over anyway. I should not over theorize here right now. Let's buy it just for the sake of. So yeah, we need more events in my opinion. And the randomization is a little too crazy on the galaxy map in my opinion. But I'm not sure. That might not be that big of an issue, but it looks like a big issue because Like you have matches or we have games where you have like 4 jumps or 5 jumps to your first location, and sometimes you are like here and you have to go here for the first location or something, or you like close to it but you have to go all the way around because there's no connection, stuff like that. Like in this one we have to make really few jumps to get to all the locations. That doesn't seem to be right, because sometimes you have to like go from one end to the other, then there and then there or something like that. So that doesn't sound like super fair. It should be like randomization is good, but if the randomization is creating really different levels of difficulties, especially if you can see them from the start of a game, like it's okay. Like in the game as FTL, for example, like FTL. If you take a look there, then it's like you have those random power spikes or difficulty spikes, but it just happens. It's just a random event that happens to you. Like it's not like the game starts and you see, oh, that's a really bad setup from the beginning. Some are better than others probably, but like you cannot tell that it's bad, so it's not frustrating. There's no reason to restart. In this game, if you start the game, you take a look at the galaxy map and you say, no, I'm not gonna play that and restart, especially if your starting event is bad as well. So that's in my opinion about a little bit of a problem of the design. The map generation should be a little bit more normalized, I guess. Okay, let's do some research, because why the hell wouldn't we? We only have 2 points anyway, so it's not gonna be big. Well, we buff the scientist. What's that? Play this with power to unlock a lab research node. Oh yeah, okay, that's a better card than research. So research adds the new job card to the discard pile. Fast track adds the new card to the top of the drawing, or to the hand. To the hand actually. So fast track is actually pretty good. I want to see if we get something else I didn't saw yet though. Oh, okay, I saw that already. So that reduces the cost of research. Then we enter turn, and then we're dead, I think. I think we're gonna be dead now. I'm pretty sure we're dead now. Let's take a look. Engineer's turn. Okay. Random event. Something broke. Crisis. Bam. Last damage. GG. There we go. Game over. Well, we did not manage to achieve a lot, but I think you saw all the mechanics. And now you see the funny game over animation. Oh yeah, and you get a rating. That's really cool. You get a rating from some reviewer how good your restaurant is. We did not get any stars because we did not deliver anything, so we get a pretty bad review, I guess. Let's read it. Disappointed. Galaxy Gourmet posted that they were visiting our humble corner of the galaxy today, and then they never even showed up with the food. I feel like this was the worst day of my life, and by extension, all our lives. I hope they go out of business, and that their children go out of business, and that their children's children are never even born. A plague on all the houses. Ah, too bad. We made that guy really unhappy. I take that on me. So yeah, is there something else? As I said, more events, normalize the randomization a little bit. Besides that, the game is great. I think a few more cards would be cool. A few more cards would be cool as well. Yeah, not super necessary, but cool. And maybe like for an expansion, like that's not just a feature improve, like a bug fix or improvement. For an expansion, it would be cool to have other characters, like the same roles, but you swap them out. Like you have different engineers and different captains, and you can choose before you start the game for a different one. And he just has like job cards that like fulfill the same goal, but do it in a different way. Yeah, that would be cool. I think that would be cool for expansion. So yeah, that's what I wish for this game. So let's take a look here really quick. So local game is that what we did. You played on one screen with you just switched like you just switch players on your computer. Like it's just hot seat. But it's fine for the game, obviously. Then you can do online games. It's not really a lobby for some reason. It's a little weird. Like if you can, like it's a lobby, but it's not a server browser. Like you can create one. You can actually open your locally saved games. Like you can mix your online and offline games. You can just take all the save files, which is interesting. We can choose a choice, and then we host to and wait for people to come in, or we invite someone. But if you go for find online game, it will just try to find a match and will not like give you a server browser or anything. Oh, I found one. It just jumps you into a match, so that's basically random. I'm not gonna play that now though, obviously. And how to play, there's unfortunately no tutorial. It's just this manual. It's not too much text, especially if you watch this video. It's not any important anyway. But what I was doing, like I read through those three things and the captain. And I read through the first three things, which is not too much. And then at the beginning of each turn, I read the part about that specific character, which made it okay. But it would be nice to have some like simple tutorial. The option menu is a little lackluster. You have full screen borderless and resolution options, so that's good. Most of the resolution options seem to be there as well. No really small ones, like 1024. 768 is the smallest one, but I guess it's not a big deal. You have separate audio sliders, so that's cool as well. Borderless window would be nice, but I was able to force the game in borderless window mode with the borderless gaming app thingy. And you can turn off, like they collect data to balance the game, and you can turn that off if you want to. But I think the game is cool, so I want to make it improve. And so I activated it. You don't really need more options. It would be nice to have hotkeys, I guess, and then rebind them, but then again, you don't really need to. Like, the game controls fine. So yeah, nothing missing there. As I said, I would love to have a mobile version and a board game, like a physical board game version. That would be amazing. Like, that would be perfect. But I fear we're not gonna see that, but it would be great if we would. Anyway, it's an amazing game. I really love it. I'm really happy I found it. I hope I made it like. I hope you like it too. I don't know. I hope I gave you a good impression, so you can decide if you like it yourself. And as I said, it's in early access right now, but probably only for 2 months or so. They want to polish it up a little bit and do some balancing, and then gonna release. So I guess you can wait those 2 months if you want. You get a little cheaper in early access though, so make up your mind about that. It's called Space Food Truck. It's a lot of fun. I am TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching, and always remember, have fun. See you next time.